Hey Bimb, so you saw the title of the video. Yeah, we broke up. Um, Shit, I don't know what to say. I'm actually recording this on day 11. We broke up on September 22nd. So I have had like a week and a half. The first 3 days were some of the worst days of my life. I wake up, I cry, I go to bed, I cry, I just cry and cry and cry. It was a whole mess. And if you notice, I was on social media much during that week. That's why. God, I don't even know where to begin here. But I personally came from a string of closeted relationships prior to dating Ryan. So when me and Ryan first became a couple over 4 years ago, we told ourselves, like, we aren't gonna hide, we aren't gonna make excuses, we're just gonna like do our thing and let it out there. And I, looking back, I am so happy that that's how we had a relationship. This part of our lives together is over, and it sucks, and it hurts, and all kinds of ugly emotions everywhere. But you know, like, I genuinely enjoyed the last 4 years. Many parts of those 4 years were the happiest of my life. There are so many good memories. It's day 11, and Ryan was actually just here. He was here, not 20 minutes ago. He's based in Beijing, so he just flew in this morning. And I didn't want to record or talk to you guys about this until I had seen him face to face and we had been able to have this conversation, the conversation we just had. Of all the things we talked about, we had a long conversation about our friendship, because as much as we were boyfriends, we were really each other's best friend. And I don't say that meaninglessly. Like, there's so many things in my life that no one else knows about but him, and vice versa. And it's just nice being able to have someone that you don't have to censor yourself with, that you can share every thought, that knows all the best and the worst of you. I think one of the reasons why I cried so hard on the first day was also losing that. It's like the first person I wanted to talk to after we had broken up on September 22nd was him. So we both agreed to give each other some space so that we weren't, it's not like we can revert from boyfriends to friends automatically. But the game plan is always to, yes, like, get to a point where after some time has passed and we've been able to sort of let those feelings die better and to just sort of heal, then that we eventually message each other more frequently and get back to, you know, just a really good friendship. Back to the reason why we broke up. 3 out of the 4 years that we were together was long distance. You know, 3 out of the 4 years was spent trying to make it work despite being thousands of miles apart. And initially the first year was him studying abroad, then the second year he was here, then the last 2, him based in Beijing, China, from where he works. So even like the setup was like always against us, which sucked. I definitely don't want to tell other long distance relationship people that it can't work. That is not a positive message, not my message. But I guess in our situation, he does not know how many years he's going to be abroad for. He could be abroad for another 5 years, for as far as he knows. Like, based on his career track, it could take a while, and he has no definite time that he's willing to tell me or promise me. And I'm not the kind of person that would ever ask somebody to abandon or sacrifice their dreams for a relationship. I'm against that, actually, because, you know, damn it, I want to see him reach every dream, go as far as he can. And it was nice for him to express the same thought when he was here. So anyways, we ended this conversation with the one word I want to leave you, which is thank you. It's just a real honest thank you. Thank you. It's me saying thank you for the last 4 years, for everything we've been through, for everything that happened, for the good and the bad, some of the ugly, for being the closest person in my life for all that time, for London, for Iloilo, for Scotland, for our trips just here, for our favorite restaurant dates, for telling me things you said that you meant at the time. And I'm not supposed to cry. I hate it. I just okay, I need to end this. I'm gonna end this with saying something about the closeted because I remember what it was like. All my relationships prior to dating Ryan were more or less closeted to different degrees. It sucks. We don't live in the United States. Well, most of you watching this don't. Our specific culture has a long way to go. It is still very hard for the average person to come out in this culture, much less in our respective industries. Social media has come a long way, and you now have access to like ever more different LGBT faces and stories and lives, and that's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful that you can look out there and like step into somebody's life and just sort of like see the best and worst. And you didn't always have that. People didn't have that 10 years ago. Stop to think about that, huh? It's a beautiful thing. And I just hope that at some point you get to a place where you're able to share your life in a way that you're comfortable with. And that you find somebody else who doesn't feel like they have to hide who they are. And that you are able to live the life you want as you see fit. I wish that for you. I want that for you. It's a nice thing to have. And for the last 4 years, I had that. So I do not know what the next few days, weeks have in store. I know that I am going to travel. I don't know where, I don't know when. It's gonna be local because I'm not about to spend a lot. But I am going to visit some part of the Philippines and I'm just gonna bring my camera and we are gonna do some soul searching and healing, and life goes on, so we are too. You know, I have been through some pretty low lows in my short life. If you followed me longer on social media, you kind of get that. This hurts on an emotional level, but there are other things I've been through. There are 4 words, 4 simple words that pretty much sum it all up. This too shall pass. There's a lot of weight in those words, and it's just true. So I send you a little more love than usual. Okay. Good night, Bim.